So after all these years, what made you decide to retire from the screen and pursue a career in dance?
I've been very lucky. I've had a lot of opportunities in Hollywood to express myself in new and challenging ways through acting, through the medium of acting. But at my heart, at my center, I've always been a dancer. And as a man of my admittedly advancing years, I can't afford to waste time about these things. We'll hear more of that interview later in the program. Jigsaw Laboratory has long been seen as a bit of a maverick in the realm of modern science. Now, with their cult internet video show now in its 3rd season, more and more people are learning about the kind of work done by mad scientists all over the world. Joining me in the studio today is Dr. Aloysius Kranium, founder of Jigsaw Labs. Dr. Kranium, hello.
Hello, Peter. Never use my first name again.
I'm very sorry. Tell me, Doctor, has it been hard to overcome the image of the evil genius?
Yes, Petri, it's something the entire mad science community has had to cope with for really hundreds of years, this misapprehension that all mad scientists are evil geniuses. Certainly there have been a few evils who happened to be mad scientists, but that could be said of any profession. I've known plenty of mad scientists who were barely geniuses at all, and a fewer still of those were evil to boot. The fact of the matter is that just because a few evil geniuses happened to be mad scientists, now it's sullied the reputation of mad science, and all hard-working, upstanding, non-evil mad scientists since then have had to deal with this negative stereotype. Just because Hitler was a painter doesn't mean Bob Ross was a genocidal maniac.
How do you respond when someone accusing you of being an evil genius brings up your early start in minion research?
I'd first say this, Pablo. Who doesn't want a minion? Back in the day, it was perfectly natural to have butlers and maids and manservants to help with the running of a household. Those were minions. When I showed up to the studio today, there was a person here who helped adjust the microphone and helped me on with my headphones. Those were minions. Those were your minions. Who doesn't want a minion? We all want minions. It's a perfectly natural desire, the desire for minions. I got into minion research to help make minions more obtainable, more available for all socioeconomic backgrounds.
The democratization of the minion, if you will.
Exactly.
This, of course, brings us to your groundbreaking research in robotics.
Groundbreaking and award-winning, Pueblo.
It's Peter.
Percival.
Tell us a little bit about the nanobot research that earned you the Maximilian Award.
Technically, they're microbots, not nanobots. Even that's a bit misleading, because each Clean Colony TM is really just one vast distributed computing process, with hundreds of individual nodes capable of carrying out autonomous tasks working together to fulfill more complex goals.
What sorts of goals?
Clean Colony TM strives to keep things clean and ordered. Depending on the particular settings, Clean Colony TM will remove dust and hair, pick up papers, organize bookshelves, any number of small, menial tasks that our modern lives demand of us, that we don't often have the time to actually commit to.
For those listening who might not have read articles about Clean Colony
TM,
tell us a bit more about the process, the way it works.
Well, you see, Ponyta, Clean Colony TM is based on the idea of a colony of ants, that a colony of ants is as intelligent, if not more so, than a human being. Each microbot in the colony is like a worker ant, following a set protocol of tasks. But instead of a queen at the center, you have a centralized computer program running on any home computer with wireless capabilities, controlled by the user.
So basically, you've created an army of tiny minions that will clean the owner's house.
Tiny robot minions, yes.
How do they know what to clean?
When you first activate Clean Colony TM, they take a complete inventory of their surroundings. They assess the environment they'll be inhabiting, and they take a sort of a three-dimensional snapshot of that environment, and from then on they compare each individual aspect of that environment to that initial three-dimensional snapshot, and they work tirelessly to maintain that status quo, maintaining things, replacing things, repairing things, and yes, removing anything that wasn't in the initial snapshot.
Where do they take it?
Take what?
The things not in the original snapshot.
Well, some objects are assessed for substance and value to allow for paper to be recycled, food scraps to be composted, that sort of thing, dust and other detritus, things that are assessed to be useless garbage. Those sorts of things are taken apart on a molecular level and used as an energy source for the clean colony.
Yeah. Do the individual microbots ever break down?
Well, they generally last until they get stepped on.
Stepped on?
They're very small, and they get, well, everywhere. They're so small, you see, it's hard not to step on 200 or 300 of the little buggers on your way down the hallway. So, I designed them to be self-replicating.
Self-replicating?
In their daily travels, they collect bits of soda cans, paper clips that have been under the couch for 2 weeks, maybe old pennies, and the crushed remains of their brethren, and they rebuild them into new members of the colony. They're self-replicating. It's a self-perpetuating, renewable resource of tiny robot minions.
All to try and keep my house clean.
Yes.
Do they do windows?
No, it's vitally important that the owners of Clean Colony TM 1.0 don't give their colonies any tasks involving liquids. It causes the entire colony to short out. In extreme cases, causing a small to medium-sized self-replicating electrical fire.
I'm sure you've got a plan to combat this in the new version.
Tiny wetsuits.
Yes, well, Dr. Kranium, I'm sure that with innovations such as these, you're doing great work in dispelling the prejudices surrounding mad science. And I wish you all the best with your work.
Thank you, Colonel. It's been a pleasure.
That's Dr. Kranium, and Jigsaw. I'm Peter Straw.